Hey, great day to y'all. I hope that you are all able to wake up super grateful to be alive again another day in this experience. And I hope that you've been able to empower yourself by telling yourself that you're amazing and you're capable and you're enough and you're worth it. Yeah. Today's going to blow your mind, this live. You might want to stick around till the end, because today is the day that I'm going to drop some real facts to you all, because it's very much needed. And you all can be in denial about it, but I know it to be real. So, there's some things that need to be said in this world. Well, I'm the one that is guaranteed to say them. When you are a person like I am, an empath, and feels energy, and sees past people's intentions, and sees past people's stage performance, well, then you know what's happening behind the scenes, whether they like it or not. So I'm going to talk about this today, because I was asked, how do the elites get away with this without karma? Well, it's very simple, and I'll explain it to you today. So, this is what happens. When somebody is out there intentionally energy harvesting, or intentionally sucking your life from you, or intentionally taking your hopes and dreams from you, it's very easy to do. Literally. I've been talking about people giving access, energetic access to people. Well, wherever you put your focus is where you are paying your energy to. Literally. And then when you open up even more and you pour your heart out, what do you think that is? You're pouring out your heart's desires with all your life force in it. All right? So, how do people avoid karma from doing this? Well, because they tell you the truth. But you got your head so far in your ass you don't see it. Because the truth must be there to avoid the karma. Anyway, being who I am, I see more than another would. So, the elites are going to tell you. The greats are going to make you feel like they're doing something for you. But they're not. They're harvesting off your energy. They're harvesting off your hopes and dreams. They're harvesting your heart's desires. They're harvesting your power. Why do you think they want to increase your energy? Increase your energy. Well, why do you think they have meters according to being able to watch the energy flow of the audience? Watch the amplification of the energy. What do you think that's for? How do I know all this to be real? Well, because I know about energy harvesting. Because I had to harvest energy from people while I was laying in ICU to stay alive. Okay? This is why I know it to be real. I know that I could easily tap into somebody should I want to and suck the life right out of them. Okay? This is why I know it to be real. And I know what's possible because I am a transmutator of energy. I transmute energy. So I'm going to say it. Watch where you're going and watch what you're doing. Okay? Especially when you're taking part in certain things. Because a lot of people like to fret like they're out here for change, but all they're out here to do is suck your energy. Why? Well, this is the system that's constructed nowadays. And this is the system that has to be abolished. All of these people that are coming out pretending that they want change for the world when they're just trying to keep it locked into this system. Well, I'm the disruptor of that. And things cannot be hidden from me. On a daily basis. It doesn't matter who they are. So I'll say it. You know, people need to get their heads out of their ass. And it's not a joke. More so now than ever. And I'll talk about this too. A lot of people say, well, how do negative entities or how do entities work through people? Very easily. I talk about bodily frequency and the energy that you contain as an individual. And by the way, the 4th book, I just published it. The Wise Up to Rise Up with the self-reflection exercises is out. I'm done. The 4 books are done. People need to wake up now more than ever. And it's not even a joke. Why? Because you don't even realize the energetic influence that influences you to do whatever it is you're doing. If you're not solid in your own skin, I'll talk about it. I talked about the frequencies and embodying frequencies of shame, blame, fear, denial, and somebody who's unhealed. Well, you know, every time we're traumatized or fearful or have to get through a situation that literally our life is on the line, do you know that your soul releases a part of itself? Which creates the DMT, which numbs your body so that you can actually make it through that situation? Why? Because we're not supposed to endure that kind of stuff. So, if you haven't healed and you haven't gone and done the inner work and pieced yourself back together as a whole individual and encased your being fully, well, you're easily accessible. Literally, I don't care who you are or how great you think you're doing in the world or what it is. If you are not a healed, complete, whole person, anything can work through you energetically, because we are energy beings first, and we are influenced by energy all the time. All the time. So, how could energy and energetic influences not affect you? Well, you have to heal yourself. And you have to call back all the pieces of your soul that has been leaked out through trauma, pain, PTSD, reliving bad memories, all of this stuff. You really do. And if you don't, well, then you are not encased in your complete shell, which makes it very easy for anything to latch onto you and work through you. This is how people get possessed. This is how people have shit attached to them and they don't even realize it. Because we are influenced by energy every day, with every breath of air that we take. So yeah, how do I know it? Because I had to do the work. How did I know all of this? Well, because when I tapped into the all-knowing, it was really explained to me that the work wasn't over. Literally. And this is why I learn every day. This is why I will continue to learn and flood the world with knowledge. Because the way things are going right now is not good for anybody. Well, I'll tell you something. With the frequency that I embody, This is why I am the biggest threat to the system that is in place now. Because nothing can work through me. Nothing can latch on to me. Nothing can harm me because of my energetic frequency on this planet. Now, why is it possible for entities and things to work through people? Well, because they're sitting in fear. So they're not even embodying the right frequency to be solid in their own being, first and foremost. Why do you think the system keeps you in fear? Fear of everything. Well, to keep you at a lowered frequency than what you even need to be okay. Why? So that you can be fed off of. Literally. So I'll say it. And like I've said, people can say, oh yeah, it's a conspiracy theory, and but no, it's not. Tobi knows how to harvest energy. So how is it not real? Well, when you know how to do it for your own being to stay alive, well, then you can see others doing it. Clearly in your face. And harvesting hopes and dreams. And harvesting wills. And harvesting heartfelt desires. See, that's the difference with Tobi. Tobi knows how all of that works. So if you're sitting there shaming yourself, blaming yourself, guilting yourself, not accepting yourself, well, guess what? You're a perfect vessel to be used. And people think, oh, well, I just do that. I don't know why I do that. No, it's because you're not right with yourself, and the system knows it, and the energetic influences can use you like a puppet. Well, the only puppet that I'm working for is the Most High. Okay? That's who's puppeteering me. The Most High. But when you know it to be real, and you can actually do it yourself, well, then you can see others doing it. Okay? And it's time for the world to know what really this is. Because you are freely giving your energy and your life force to anything that wants to feed off of you. Well, it needs to be said. So I'll say it. Energy harvesting is real. And half of the people out there don't even realize it's happening. Well, I more than realize it's happening because I see it. And I see those who are doing it. And when I watch these things, I see all the signs there. All of the signs. They can't be hidden from me. But another person would sit there and, oh, this is great. This is great. And I'm sitting there going, whoa, why is this person feeding off all these lives? When you're a light worker and an empath, and it's disgusting. And this is the changes that need to be made. People are harvesting off of people's life force, their energy, their wishes, their everything, and it's disgusting because it keeps them locked into a way of life that's killing them. So basically, this is what's happening. The elites are feeding off of everybody who's not okay within their own bodies to keep things the way that they are. And it's not right. And it has to change. So, yeah, I will be the one to call it all out. I don't care. Do you know how many big shots are energy harvesting? I first-handedly watched it happen. Literally. On many occasions. How do I know? Because I know how to energy harvest off another individual. I had to do it to stay alive in intensive care. I talk about it in one of my books. So how do I not know it to be real? I do. That's why it's so important to be me and be truthful about what's really going on in this world. Because the truth of it all is what's going to bring the biggest change. When you understand where you put your focus is where you're literally paying your life force to, you're going to watch where you put your energy. You're going to watch where you put your thinking. You're going to watch what you do. And until you do that, well, consider yourself to be a milking bank for the system. I can't be fed off of energetically. And that's what makes me different. But yes, I will talk about it. And yes, I will inform the world about it. And yes, I will expose all of these people doing it. And everybody's so scared of, oh, well, you know, Tobi, you come out here and you talk about a lot of controversial stuff. Aren't you scared to be silenced? Bring it on, fuck. When you work for the Most High, there's nothing that can hurt you. Nothing. When you hold the frequency that I do and have done the work for yourself, nothing can harm you. Nothing. When I come out here and talk about the merging of the dark and the light, because we have the yin and the yang, so the merging of my demons and angels and making them work together, you think that's a joke? It's not. This is why the low entities and the lower energy vibrational stuff, well, how do you think I'm protected from that? Well, from my own demons that now work for me. Literally. And you guys all think it's a joke. This is why I'm telling you guys, you got to master yourselves. And you got to get right with your energy. And you got to stand firm in who you are. And we all have demons and we all have angels. But are they puppeteering you? Are you a puppet? Or are you in control? There's a difference. It took me years and years and years to master myself and to settle my demons. But now they work for me. So how do I know about all of the negativity and the negative vibes and the negative forces and the negative everything? Well, because I walked in negativity all my life. Until I mastered that too. I had to master the darkness to find my light. I'm not out here just spreading love and light without being forged in the fire. Why am I not fearful of lowered vibrations and entities and everything? Because they can't fucking touch me. That's why. You don't think I know my power? I know my power. And that's why I'm told by the Creator that I am a force to be reckoned with on this earth. Because I not only see what has to be changed, but I'm the one that signed up to do it. I've been in training for this stuff all my life. Literally. Everybody can deny it all they want, as they sit there and remain to be fed off of. Literally. Well, I can't be fed off of. And this is why I'm a threat. Because I see the truth. And I am bold and brave enough to speak the truth. And to make others aware. And to wake them up to their truest power. That they are freely giving to everything else but themselves. Because if you're walking around with this power but you don't know you have it, well, perfect way to keep you fueling the system, no? perfect way for people to harvest off you, right? Well, especially somebody who is mastered in energy, they damn well know what they're doing. And I don't care what they tell the world, because I see right through it. And that's what makes me different. And that's why when I said, you know something, a couple of days ago, I came out and I said, you know what, I have no problem exposing what's wrong in this world. Why? Because it needs to be corrected. And people have gotten away with this shit for way too long. Literally. And a lot of people have, oh, well, you know, scared of this or scared of that. I'm not scared of shit. Shit, nothing. Nothing. You know why? Because my creator, which is all of our creators, when you are as tapped in as I am, and you work for the massive creation of the planet, you think you're not protected? Of course you are. Change has to come. Well, it's here. And I'm not joking when I say I will be that change. And I will wake everybody up to what is happening. Because it's disgusting. It truly is. You know, I see the lies that they put out there with all of the signs behind it. See, that's the difference. No two people see things alike. Well, when you're sitting there watching something, trust me when I tell you, if I'm sitting there watching it, I see a totally different picture. When you know energy, energy doesn't lie. When you speak energy, energy does not lie. And that's my biggest problem with people, is their energy doesn't match their mouth and what they're telling me. So, if I can feel that, you don't think that when I'm watching what's going on, I don't see that too? I tell you, my learning over the past couple of weeks has been great. But yes, I have firsthand witnessed energy harvesting and how they do it on a magnitude that is absolutely insane. Like I say, how do I know about energy harvesting? Well, because I know how to do it. And I know how to tap into somebody and feed off their life force, should I need to. So, if I can do it, well, you don't think all of these people that have millions of dollars who are specialized in energy frequency and all of this stuff know too? You're fucking right, they do. How do you think they've made millions doing it? And how do you think they fund their $1 million dream life? Well, because they keep harvesting. And they keep having people sell their souls to them. And they don't even realize it. Anyway, not me. Not me at all. I can't be fed off of. I can't be swayed. That's what makes me a true warrior in this world right now. For the change. It's 2024. It's the golden age. We're no longer living in darkness. So everything that has been dark and energy harvesting and crushing and sucking the life force out of people, it's over now. It's over. And it has to be. So, I guess maybe now I should write my next book on how they do it. And blow the world's mind with factual energy harvesting facts, with all the pictures that I have of all of the proof of the signs. See, I'm different, eh? When I go to these things, I sit and I watch. Because I'm not going to get any information or any teaching. When I go to these things, it's to watch how they do it. And boy, do they show you the signs. And they tell you straight up, right at the beginning of it, what they're doing to you. Because they have to tell you the truth to avoid the karma. This is why they get away with it for so long. Truth hidden in plain sight. Yeah, you're watching something, but are you seeing really what they're showing you? I highly doubt it. Guys, it's not a joke, eh? So you got to be really careful, especially if you're not healed, and especially if you're not solid in your own being as an individual. Because everything and anything can harvest off of you. And it's not even a joke. Well, where I put my energy is intentional. And that's why I cut people off with a quickness and not even think two things about it. Because you don't think I can feel their energy and what their intentions are at this stage of the game? Oh, yes, I can. And that's why when I get one sniff of a warning sign, that's when I go, okay, pull my energetic cord, snip, boom, locked off from my energy without a second guess to it for my own being. I don't play. There is nothing on this earth that will suck me of my power. Nothing. And yes, this is why I'm the biggest threat. Why? Because I'm an empowered empath who has been spiritually awakened and can see and know all. So, what may be hidden from your sight or from your consciousness, I see it clearly. I feel it. I know it. Do I sit there and brain fuck myself? No, I don't. Why? Because I'm tapped into the all-knowing. And guess what? Any answer that I want is there. With all the guidance about what I'm supposed to do next when I see what's going on. This is why I say I abide by what I'm being instructed to do. I don't play with that. This is why I want everybody to tap into the full power of their being so they can stop being energy harvested. Literally. How do I know it to be real? Because, like I said already, I've had to do it. So how do I not know it to be real? The difference with me is that I'm truthful. And I'm not out to harvest anybody's power or energy. I'm out to put them back in full power. So that's why I'm a threat. Because a system that has wanted you to feel the way you felt all your life has to go. I see what it's doing. I see all the people doing it. Claiming that they're there to change people's lives. Oh yeah, they're there to change people's lives. You're fucking right they are. Suck the life out of them. Energy workers know what they're doing. Anybody tapped into energy that's doing certain things, they know goddamn well what they're doing. Anyway, I encourage you all today to get right with yourselves, more so than ever. And it's not a joke. For anybody who hasn't come out here and listened to my books or listened to what I've got to say or whatever, I highly suggest you go get my new revised editions of those books with the workbooks attached. Because you got some work to do. Literally. Where am I at? I'm sick of this shit working the way it is. That's where I'm at. And I'm tired of feeling the brunt end of a system that is shackling us to mayhem and hell. Well, it's got to be changed. And you know something, honestly? Anybody who has sent me the energy, they already know. All of these great people, these big, big people, they know I'm a threat. They do. And that's why they have actually gone to energy workers and all kinds of things to send me things to silence me, to, hey, but they can't touch me. And I don't do return to sender. No, I don't have to. I don't wish bad on anybody. But I am highly protected on this planet. And that's not by another person. So let's get that clear right now. So anybody who wants to continue to attempt to silence me energetically, literally, understand, nothing touches me. The spirit team that I have is a fierce, fierce, fierce team for correction on this planet. And not too many people can get to the point that I have. Well, I'm there, and I'm ready, and I'm willing. That's what makes me different. Okay? If life can't take me out, be aware that neither can any person or any negative energies or these energy harvesting people. You can't touch me. And the more you try, the more you're destroying your life. Literally. Just like at this point that I am now, anybody who sends bad thoughts to me or bad wishes to me, you are literally destroying your life. Why? Well, there's a saying. Extend hospitality and kindness and love to everybody because you don't know who's disguised as an earth angel. Well, I'm no longer disguised or hidden. And I am on a mission to change this fucking world. In more ways than anybody could fathom right now today. But I guarantee you, it's going to happen. Because me just being who I am, untouchable, energetically, the change is coming. The change is here. Why? Because Tobi is in her full power. Who cannot be energy harvested off of, who cannot be swayed, who is solid in her skin, and is on a mission to infuse love back into this world at any cost. At any cost. You know, when you've never had a cent all your life to do anything magical for yourself and you've had to be your own magic, guess what? It's not about the money. It really isn't. Because I will sit here with zero money and change the world. Because it's not money that's going to change the world. It's the truth that's going to change the world. Well, you can depend on me for that. I don't give a shit how it affects another. And I hope the impact of the truth does give people tower moments. That's why I'm walking karma for most. And their karma happens instantly. Literally. Y'all can think I'm nuts. But you'll all see for your own selves. But all of this energy harvesting operations that's going on, that I see clearly, you're not feeding source, eh? You're feeding the system. There's a duality on the planet, eh? What does that mean? Well, just as much as there's good, it's just as much as there's bad. And you want to talk about wolves disguised in sheep's clothing? I see that too. There's no disguise that can save anybody. There's no... Nah. You better get right with yourself, inside yourself, and heal yourself. And stop defining your life and assuming some self-identity of your past. Because that keeps you accessible to be tapped in and sucked dry. Literally. Well, I'm not that one. Because I've leathered up in my core and my bubble is strong. Guys, you got to watch where you put your energy. And you got to watch where you put your attention. And you got to watch the things you're telling yourself. And you got to do the work to step into your full power of your being. And not get swayed by anything on the planet. I don't think you guys realize how serious it is. But I do. And that's why I have to be me. Well, I am my father's daughter. And guess what? I am my mother's daughter too. And the combination of those two warrior beings, look out world, because I'm here to tsunami the world with energetic change. Give the power back to the people instead of all of these so-called greats harvesting off of all of the great people. I've had enough. So I hope and pray that you guys can all get to that point too. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your being. Heal yourself. Do the work to know what it is that you're storing inside of you that is making you not right. Because as long as you're not right and not in your full power, well, guess what? You are feeding your life force to everything but you. And that's facts. And I'll say it. And everybody can say, oh, she's harsh, she's a bitch, she's this. No, I'm fucking real. And I'm not going to be swayed by anything on this planet. I don't care who it or what it is. Guys, this energy harvesting is real. And I'll say it again. How do I know it to be real? Because I know how to do it first-handedly. But no, I don't do shit like that to harvest people. I use my energy to put other people back in their power. See, it's all about intention and how they're operating. Well, you better be able to see through people's intentions and their bullshit ways and their bullshit stories and their bullshit brain fucking that they want to give you to soak your life dry. It's not even a joke. Go do the research. Go do the homework. More factual shit? Well, hey, go look at the Vatican. The pictures when you're standing at the room of the Vatican. Snake. The serpent. Wow. I know about all of that too. I know about that religions is not religion. It's not, everybody thinks that they're praising God and they're not. They're not. They're worshiping the fucking devil and they don't even know it. It's not a joke. And how many people feed the church with their money? How many people go to mass and feed their life to church? Why do you think the bells on the churches aren't there anymore? Why do you think the bells aren't ringing? Because the frequencies can heal people. The system does not want you healed. And that's why it's so important to do it. And stand in your power. We're water. 70% water. Have you not done the research what water has the capacity to do and hold within itself? And the different pictures that come out of these frequencies in the water? Well, you're water. What are you storing in your being? What has been put there by others that you need to release? Get rid of. Filter the shit that you got in your body. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your way of thinking, your way of being. Come on. What are you paying your attention to? You're paying your attention to religion? Well, you're feeding the satanic system. Straight up, and I'll say it. I don't give a shit. You know, a lot of people get silenced, eh? They come out here and they talk about these things and they make people aware, well, then they disappear and they get silenced. Well, guess what? Their biggest downfall when they do that shit is they get scared. Okay? So they come out and leak knowledge and information and all this shit. And then they get scared. Well, because they get scared and they get fearful and they drop their frequency to lower than what their body needs to survive in their root chakra. Well, yeah, it's very easily for them to get harmed. Of course. I'm not that one. This is what makes me different. After everything I've had to survive and do and live, zero fear. Why? Because I can't wait to get off this fucking planet. Literally. But the change has to happen first. I get it. It's not even a joke when I tell you all I'm on a special mission on this planet. Well, I know what that mission is now. And I don't give a fuck who I'm up against. Because the team that I have backing me, I fear nothing. Why? Because I leave it up to my spirit team to take care of. I don't retaliate against anybody. I don't harm anybody. But yes, I will disrupt your brain thinking patterns. And I will do everything in my power to shift you back into yours. Without a penny involved. See, that's the difference. People don't have to pay me thousands of dollars to get them right. Because I want everybody on the planet to get right with themselves. Okay? Literally. I've been asked so many times, Toby, how are you going to funnel clients? How are you going to... I don't want to funnel clients. I want to change the world. And while I'm Mickey Mousing around, wasting all my energy on trying to scoop up and funnel clients, no, I could be speaking and enlightening the world. What people can do for me, go buy my books. Go support my efforts for change. Okay? Because that's another thing too. A lot of people love to talk shit about they support. But they don't fucking do that. All they do is talk shit, doubt, shame, blame, guilt. Well, guess what? Keep that for you. Because that is the exact same thing that's going to destroy your ass. Literally. Anyway. Me, I'm not about destruction of any form, any shape, way, or nothing. I can't be fed off of. I can't be swayed. And I sure as fuck can't be silenced. And I'll say it again. I'm not accepting talk. I'm only accepting action. So I don't want any shit talk from anybody. Because I don't do it to anybody. So this is where I draw the line too. You all may be in delusion, and you all may not realize the real spiritual war that's going on this planet. But I'm right on the front lines of it. And I'm okay. Why? Because every single person that knows me knows I am a one-woman army. Why? Because of the backative that I have from the sky. What do I have to be fearful for? Nothing. But I am here to make a change. So, this is a special shout out to all of you greats sitting on the millions, energies harvesting people's souls and their wishes and their dreams, and openly out there showing people that you're worshiping the satanic fucking system, but they can't see it. Well, I do. And trust me when I tell you I'm here to shut you the fuck down. Yeah. And I will. With the exposure of how you do it. With truth and facts. Because that's how I do it. I don't need to lie to anybody. But I will say truthfully that if I personally know how to tap into somebody's life force and energy harvest from them, you cannot sit here and tell me that it is not real. Because it is. Well, I guess there was a real reason why I had to learn to energy harvest, so that I could see others doing it. So like I say, I've been in training all my life for this shit. Well, I'm ready for war. Literally. Bring it on. Watch people when they clap that are out there performing these big things. Watch if they don't clap like this. Why? Because when you clap, you summon the angels. Okay? Somebody who's sitting there showing you all of the signs of the satanic system, but you're blind to it, you better fucking open your eyes. Simple. Everybody likes to think, oh no, I'm a great person, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a that. Yeah, what are you influenced by? What is working on your ass? And what is actually using you as a puppet in the grand scheme of this big play? Because I know what part I play. And it won't be as a puppet for anything but the big consciousness. Because change is here, people. It's called Tobi Staples. Let's rewrite this shit because it's happening. Well, I'm about to put a stop to it. Against whatever it takes. And if it costs me my life, so be it. Because this shit's gotta stop. It's been going on for thousands of years. Well, it won't continue for not even another 10. Why does this shit happen? Let me thank you for this. You know what I was just instructed to tell everybody? The 2030 agenda. Any of you know what the 2030 agenda is? Well, it's for every human being to be hooked up to artificial intelligence because they can no longer think for themselves. Well, won't happen to me because they try to hook me up to any fucking system and I'll fry that shit. Just like the solar flares are about to fry electricity. Literally. Get right with yourselves primarily and get right with the people that you love. Hold nothing but love in your heart. Why? Because you elevate yourself to a frequency that you are not touchable by this satanic system, if you really want facts. Because I'm really tired of brown sugaring it for everybody, and they don't get it. Well, if you're going to come out and listen to me, you're going to start fucking getting it. At all costs. Guys, I love you all. Wise Up to Rise Up was just republished today. It is out there. All 4 books have been revised, edited, and self-reflection exercises in it because people are not getting serious about themselves the way that they need to be. Well, I'm on it now. And I'm going to be on you guys on a regular to get right with yourselves now. More so now than ever. The world is changing. You are either evolving and growing and healing, or you are destructing yourself. There is no ands, ifs, or buts about it. And there's no in between. No in between. You have to master yourself. More than ever. Especially with the energetic influence that is influencing us all. Why? Because there is a natural purge happening right now on the planet. What's the natural purge? Anybody who can get right with themselves like me, being solid in their skin, have healed their past, sitting here unscarred by life, will be able to hold the frequency of the planet with ascending with it. A heightened frequency of the planet, well, you have to be able to physically hold the frequency change, or you cannot. Well, if you're sitting in shame, blame, denial, judgment, fear, you're never going to make it. Because you cannot embody the frequency that needs to be embodied. So this is how the earth is cleaning itself up right now. It's either you can hold the frequency in your body or you can't. We're all energy beings first. This is why it's so important for people to get right with their own energy. And I cannot stress it more than I do today. And people don't realize how fast this is happening. Don't you all realize how fast time is moving? Don't you guys all realize the changes? Don't you guys all realize that we're we're going into February and we are +1 outside? Do you guys not see what's going on? You know what they say, eh? It's a very different view when you're looking out your window, according to if the window's dirty or clear, eh? Clean your windows of sight today. It's not a joke. I can't stress this enough. And you know what happens literally to people like me that come out here and try to change the world like this? They get shut the fuck up. Well, yes. Factually, yes, we do have other species than humans walking around as humans. Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. Well, how do I know this to be true too? Because somebody was stupid enough to try to attempt to scare me by sending me some entities a couple of days ago. So as I was going to sleep and lowering my frequency, well, I had a encounter with these entities. Well, they attempted to scare me. Good fucking luck. I don't get scared too simply. So what did I do? What did I say? I told the 3 entities that wanted to present themselves in my consciousness to attempt to scare me, I told them, nice try. But you got to come better than that. Because all of these entities and different species and everything like that are on a lower scale than my ranking. You get it? This is where I'm untouchable. This is why I'm a fear to the planet. This is why, yes, the governments have been working with these entities for years. And I hate to say it, but yes, governments that are run by the crown, well, that's the demonic system that we're under. You guys all can deny it, but they've shown you all of the signs and truth. When the Queen died, what was at the beginning of her procession? You guys didn't all see that? Well, you better go look it up. See, that's the thing with me. I learn, and I learn, and I learn, and I learn, and I learn. The whole system has to be abolished. And every one of you, if you are paying into the system, you are supporting it. Literally. And we all are. Yeah. A satanic system that keeps you locked in slavery. Literally. You guys can all deny it. Keep feeding into it. But it doesn't mean that it's not going to be soon overridden. And this is the biggest change. You know, I always knew about my tiger energy, but I never knew about my dragon energy until recently. Actually, a couple of months now. And when I allowed the dragon energy inside of me to be activated, well, that fueled my introduction to Tiamat. And if any of you guys don't know who Tiamat is, well, you better go look it up. And if you guys don't know who Mother Lilith is, go look it up. Because Lilith was before Eve. And another thing, this is a new age, the golden age. Everything has to come to light. And that's why all of these major players with loads of money are going to bury themselves in the ground in these bunkers because they're trying to run from their own karma. Literally. But how do the elites get away with it? How do these people get away with energy harvesting off of you? Because they tell you they're doing it. But you're just not seeing it because, look, I'll give you an example. When you buy a new car or a car that you're not used to having, don't you obviously all of a sudden start seeing the same car all around you like other people driving it that you didn't notice before? Well, it's because your brain never accepted it as a suggestion. So all of these truthful signs that are being shown to you as facts of what they're doing, your brain is not even seeing it or accepting it as a suggestion because you're not aware of it. But somebody like me who's aware of it sits there and watches things and goes, oh, fuck, okay, there's one. Oh, my God, they just told you there. They just told you there. They just told you there. Fuck, people, wake up. It's not a joke. Guys, don't allow anything to feed off of you. In order to let that happen, you got to get right with what you're giving your energy to. You got to get right with what energy you're embodying. Are you a solid individual that can't be swayed, or can anything affect you? Well, if anything can affect you and sway your emotions and your stance within your own being, well, guess what? Energy can affect you too, because that is the primary thing we are. Is energy. Before the meat suit. Because the energy runs the meat suit. Okay? The energy is what's giving you this rental car experience. When you drop the flesh, you still are energy. You guys want to get right with your energy? Go get that 4th book I just published with the workbook in it, because guess what? It will change your life. Factually speaking, because that's what I'm all about. I don't give a shit about the millions. Because what's going to happen when all of this electronical and all of the money is no longer existent? Well, when you realize that it doesn't matter what money you have, that it's no longer good to you, well, you're going to have to dip into your own power, which is your truest currency on the planet. So, this is why I sit and say, you know what? I don't need $1 million. Because my energy is worth trillions on the planet. I am a game changer. I change lives. Intentionally. And not for anything back. You know what it's all for? To make sure that my kids and grandkids don't have to do exactly what I'm out here doing. Because if I do not do it, well, then I leave it up to them to do. I'm not copping out. I know my mission and I will accomplish it. Don't let anything feed off your energy. That's what makes me different. That's what makes me untouchable. Is I don't allow and allot me to be a feeding bank for anything. Anyway, I'm not a feeding ground. Literally. And if you guys don't even understand that you're being fed off of, well, then how can you stop it? You can't. So, get right with who you are on the planet. Get right with all of these things that you think are stopping you from anything. Get right with your own energy and what you're projecting into the big picture of this, because whether you believe it or not, it affects everybody. And you can sit there in denial, and you can sit there brain fucking your own self, but that's your choice to do that. Well, I'm not going to sit here and brain fuck myself, and I'm not going to sit here and lie and deny what's going on in the world either. And yeah, you can count on me to speak truthfully about it. I don't give a shit what it costs me. Okay? Because I won't be fed off of. And I'm about to stop the others that are doing it too. Just by mere exposure. But that's okay too. Guys, I encourage you all. I've just revised and republished the 4 books. Go grab your copies and do the work. The inner work. Why? Because you matter. So yes, instead of me charging you $500 for coaching to get you right, go get my books. It'll cost you a lot less, but it will be an investment in yourself. Trust that. And yeah, it takes strong individuals to get through my books. But coming out the other side, you'll be a lot more powerful than you've ever been in your life. Guaranteed. But that's up to you. Do you want to sit and play and give your power to everything else but you? That's your choice. But I choose not to. I love you all. I am on a LinkedIn audio show today at 4:30 with Crystal Behe. I'll be out there speaking. So I am grabbing every single speaking opportunity that people are now running to me to have me speak on their stuff, because people want the truth. Well, they can all count on me for that, because I have no shame, no blame, no guilt, no denial. What do I have? Love and gratitude to be alive. Not just for myself, but for the whole world. And that's okay too. Because as I sit here alone, I can remain alone and do exactly what I do. I don't need people to show me love. I don't need people to show me acceptance. I don't need people to pat me on the back for my accomplishments. I don't need people's support. I don't know what any of that is. Who supports me? I support me. Who loves me? I love me. Who makes things possible for me? I make things possible for me. Nobody else. And it's all good. But that's what makes me as strong as I am. And if you think for 1 second I'm going to allow my energy to be harvested by another, it won't happen. How do I know it to be real? Like I said before, how do you think I've saved my life? You want factual information about energy harvesting? How do you think I just got over the heart attack that I had 2 years ago? And how do you think it lasted 3 times the duration that it should have? That kind of heart attack kills people in 20 minutes. Well, mine factually lasted an hour and a half, and I survived it. How do you think I did that? I had to tap into, at the time, my partner's energy to keep me alive. So, intensive care, total organ failure. How do you think I came back from that? Energy harvesting. So, how do I know it to be real? Is because I've had to do it to stay alive. That's why I can see others doing it. But that's okay. You got to live it to learn it. Well, I've mastered it now. So guess what? It's time to shut down all of these energy harvesting so-called greats. Because I can do that too. I'm tired of people being harvested off of. And yes, it's factual. They harvest your hopes. They harvest your dreams. They harvest your energy. And they've got you all tapped up to machines to watch how much they soak from you too, energetically. So let's not get it twisted. And the more energy you give to somebody else, well, that's energy that you're not keeping for you. I love you all. Get the most out of your day. And if you want to hear this blow out of the water co-host event today at 4:30 on LinkedIn, go on out. Go find me on LinkedIn. Connect with me. Come to the event. Whatever. But there's quite a few LinkedIn audio shows and audio things that I'm already booked for. Yeah, because there are some people with some New York Times bestsellers and out there doing great things that seem to be taking me seriously. So why my family and friends and everybody else doesn't? Huh. Well, clearly it's because they don't want the best for themselves. So I'll leave them all in that, and I will continue to flood greatness into the world with truth and love and the change needed for everybody. Okay? Because I've never depended on anybody for anything. I'm not going to start now. And I can't go looking for something somewhere where it's never been. What do I mean by that? Well, you can't go looking for support from somebody who has never supported you. You cannot go looking for support from somebody who claims to love you, but they don't invest in you. And they don't give a shit about what you're doing. That's a contradiction. Well, you don't think I feel and see that too? I'm fucking sick of it. That's why I'm ready to walk alone, like I have for years. There's nobody offering me a plate of food when I'm hungry. There's nobody making sure I'm okay. I'm doing that for me. Well, I encourage you all to do it for yourselves too. Without any pity parties, without any, oh, poor me, or, oh, man, I have to live this, or I have to live that. Bullshit. Stop making excuses for yourself. And get right with your being. Get right with why you operate the way you do as an individual on the planet. Why your thoughts are love-lacking, why your speech is love-lacking, why you treat others as if they're less than you are. Think about that shit. And ask yourself what makes you any better than anybody else on the planet. Nothing does, because you're a human being with a soul. But are you a loving human being on the soul, with a soul? Are you a destructive, insecure being who continuously brain fucks themselves with excuses and denial? Ask yourself that too. Ask yourself why you don't have any self-accountability. Ask yourself why you're blaming everything else but your own choices. Literally. Ask yourself why you allot yourself to feel anything but great according to other people. Why should other people have more power over your being than you do? Literally. And I don't want to hear any excuses, because if I could sit here and do it alone with zero support, well, there's no fucking excuse for anybody else. Zero support and still trying to make change in the world. Who does that? Tobi does. Well, you can count on her for that. Okay? Before I came out here speaking and doing this shit, you know what my company was called? Leave It to Tobi. So as I was running to Sherbrooke 3 times a week for my father and consuming all my other time working 16-hour days and 18-hour days in between, it was running a business, Leave It to Tobi. But you think I've forgotten who I am? No. I'm just more powerful than I've ever been in my life. And anybody who wants to throw negative thoughts at me, negative speech at me, they want to judge me, they want to ridicule me, they want to mock me, they want to talk shit about me, you're destroying yourself, because all of that does is fuel me. Makes me more powerful. Why? Because you are giving me your life force by thinking about me, by talking about me, by ridiculing me. That's what you all don't get. So keep doing it, because it's actually working in my favor. And when I tell you, I don't need another person to support or to acknowledge, because the biggest creative power on the planet acknowledges it. So I don't need another person to. That's what makes me different. I love you all. LinkedIn, 4:30, Crystal Bayhy, there's an event. And I am going to speak as much as humanly possible. And good luck to anybody who thinks they can pull me down. Why? Well, you have to get to my height to even attempt to affect me. I love you all. Watch what you're creating, because you are a creator, and you are creating every single thing that you think, say, and do. So be self-accountable for that shit, because the only excuse you have is your own damn self. So get it right. I love you all. Peace.